You are now listening on One Radio, the talk show podcast station. This is Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sistah Such and Such, an open-minded and raw character who says exactly what's on my mind, while meanwhile telling the truth about it all. It is news, information, lifestyle, and well, my opinions, leaving no subject untouched. Welcome to Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sistah Such and Such. Welcome to all my new listeners and all of my day ones. I hope y'all had a great week this week and stayed out of trouble, but enjoyed yourself. Now, today we're going to be talking about we got some hot button issues to talk about. Yeah, somebody going to get mad and that's all right too. Somebody might agree. That's definitely all right. But whatever your thoughts is on this, definitely hit me up and let me know what you're thinking about all this here we're going to talk about. So, we're going to be talking about transgender children and youth. We're going to also talk about who should decide when a child can change gender. And last but not least, is it okay for kids to take a one-way path to transitioning medically? Now, this is what we pretty much got going on. You know, we got the children wanting to be helicopters and Ferraris and girls and boys when they were born something else. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. Now, transgender children and youth. Now, there are a lot of youth, and they speaking up. They going to these doctors, and they're presenting in front of these doctors a gender-dysphoria. Now, it has been described as childhood onset gender dysphoria, where young children reported feeling trapped in the wrong body. It is to the point that primary care doctors are, in fact, in search of what to do about this. The kids is asking the doctors now. They question them on the matter. So this is what we got going on. Now, I don't know if you have any dealings or have any children who feel this way or any in a family or whatever the case may be. You might know somebody going through this. This is a battle. This is a true battle. And it's happening all around the world. And this is a very interesting situation because, we got states involved, doctors, battling parents, because everybody's not going to agree on this. Especially when it comes to the children. It's not many men out there that's going to want their sons to become women or vice versa. They might not agree with that. And that's causing some issues. Could y'all handle that sort of thing if your children came to you presenting these ideas and feelings to you? How would you react? Me personally, I don't. If you feel that way, you just feel that way. And I'm going to wait and let you get older and see if you still feel that way. Then the choice is pretty much going to be up to you. Which brings us to the next point. Who should decide when a child can change gender? Like, that's a hot button question right there. It's all over the internet. Check it out and see. It's a big thing. So, what age are young people able to choose to transition? And, who has the last say? Is it up to the child, the parents, or the doctor? Like most of you figure off the top, okay, this is parental right sort of issue because the child is a minor. So, where does it come in at where the child is supposed to be making these sort of decisions, or even the doctor making the decisions for your child like that? It's going back and forth with many folks. It's all tied up in different courts and things. It's just that serious. Well, my opinion on that part is you can do that when you're 18 or above and out of my house. That way, everything about this is truly going to be up to you to make this decision about your body. I don't care if you're a girl who likes girls, I don't care. That's not a major issue. Same with the boys. If you like a boy, that's fine. I'm not going to trip on that. That's your decision for your lifestyle. But as long as you're in my house, under my roof, no, we're not doing all that. We're not endangering your life. We're not going to go to these extremes. You might decide you want to change your mind 3 weeks later. I mean, seriously. At one point, a kid wakes up, little boy wants to play with Tonka trucks and whatnot, and then a couple months later, he don't like Tonka trucks at all. He wants to play with motorcycles. And then another change comes to cars and whatever else, and then it's sports. Every child goes through phases of changing what they want to be, how they want to talk, how they want to walk. They emulate a lot. They pick up things, whether it's from watching the parents, relatives, whoever's babysitting them, or on TV. It's emulation. And now that this sort of thing is just prevalent, it's in damn near every TV show and even in cartoons, it's being presented to these children. That's mostly 9 times out of 10 where it's coming from. Somewhere they done seen, something they done heard. They might have thought it was cute at that moment. But later on down the road, who's to say you might not want to do that at all? Which brings me to the next topic. Is it okay for kids to take that one-way path to transitioning medically? I'm not so sure about that. Medically? No, we don't know what it's going to do to them. Are we really willing to take that risk to endanger our children like this? Now, so how do they do it? Well, they start with puberty blockers. Now, all that does is delays the onset of puberty in the beginning. It's basically a cross-sex hormones, and it's associated with several irreversible changes, including deepening of the voice, facial hair, clitoral growth in girls, taking testosterone, and possible infertility and sexual dysfunction in both girls and boys. So what are the long-term effects? Osteoporosis, blood clots, heart disease, cancer, and it's a whole list of other things. So, I mean, and not to mention these drugs that the doctors are using are, in fact, experimental. So you're experimenting on your children. It's basically what you're doing, what the doctor's doing. It's just very questionable. It does not sound safe nor healthy. And in the long run, we don't know what the hell it's going to do to these damn children. They might change their mind in 20 years and want to have children and can't. So why would we do that to them? Like, really, why the hell would we do that to them? They're going to physically go through it enough already. But it's up to the parents and what they think and how they feel about the situation. That's really where that leads up to. But you have to weigh the risk. Is it really worth it? Now, after you go and you try all these experimental drugs to begin the process, what's next? Well, next up is surgeries. Now, while in most cases, gender reassignment surgery is widely restricted to adults over 18 years of age, but there are some known cases where they were performed on children as young as 13 years old. Like, let's just look at this. Now, take, for instance, a little girl who decides she wants to be a little boy. Puberty has already begun, and she has grown some breasts. Everything that goes with being a girl. So now we finna go and we finna chop off the baby breasts. We're going to give her these experimental drugs and we gonna hope for the best? That seems highly unusual to be really thinking and wanting to do that to the children. What happens, like I say, when she changes her mind and decides, no, I used to feel that way, but I don't feel that way anymore, and she done went through all of this, and now she meets a man that she wants to be with and be with him as a wife or a woman and wants to bear him children and cannot. That can cause so many other issues. So again, I would ask, why the hell would we do this to these children when they could clearly change their minds and then be looking at you like, why you do this to me? And then when you say it's because that's what you wanted, I was a kid. Why the hell would you go with what I said? I don't want this anymore. So this is the battle that we're pretty much going back and forth with. Now, the increased numbers of youth seeking to go through gender reassignment has sparked debates, battles, and bills in communities as well as courtrooms, near and far. It's done reached across the globe. It's done wrapped around. It's done reach around. We got all the internet. We got everything on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and TikTok, and everybody's out and open and blaring with their expressions and everything. So it's out there for these kids to see. And when they decide they want to do this, yes, it may spark some battles, whether it's based on religious purposes, pro-family, the nuclear family. I mean, you have so many different sides of this. Or just flat out personal belief and feeling that it's not right. You're going to divide some people. And this is what's taking place now. Now, under some of the proposed new laws across the United States, doctors could be barred from prescribing puberty blocking drugs to children. Now, for some people, that's upsetting, and for some people, it's kind of a relief. But it's basically just new proposed. It has not went through yet. Now, the bill is called ALHB1. Now, under the ALHB1 bill, it basically stands for Vulnerable Child Compassion and Protection Act, which prohibits gender change therapy for minors, prohibits withholding of certain related information from parents. Now, this bill has been introduced and is now in the committee hands before moving on to be voted on. Now, the last action of this bill is its pending third reading on day 9, favorable from judiciary with one amendment, and that was on February 24th of 2021. So like I say, this is a hell of a debate going on right now. It's people and families and communities who are battling this out. And I just hope everybody come out on the well end of this. But I'm going to tell you like this. And this is just Sister Such and Such opinion. If you was born with a penis, love your penis. Your penis is a part of who you are. And if you was born a girl, your hoo-ha is who you are. Now, what you choose to do with your hoo-ha, who you would like to share it with, that's your business. But think health and safety first. And for the parents who are battling with this, I wish you well. And I'll just say, let's use some common sense when raising these children. Let's help them, not hurt them. We don't want to be the reason why they're scarred later on in the future and can't understand why you allowed them to do that stupid shit to begin with. Now, that's just my opinion. But I wish y'all well. But I don't think children need to be... Leave their damn DNA alone. Let them choose when they get old enough to. If they want a penis later, then after you're grown and gone, you gone and sign for your own penis. So when that goes sour, you can't blame me, damn it. Or vice versa. Either way it go. If you want to be a helicopter, hello, helicopter. But don't go get no body work to show that you're a helicopter. Be who you are and appreciate who you are inside and out. And try and live a healthy and productive lifestyle. You have been listening on One Radio, the talk show podcast station. Bring in your sister talk. It's truth in comedy. I have been your host, Sister Such and Such. And remember, y'all, if it looks and acts like a duck, then it's a fucking duck. So thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you just need a little bit more, you're looking for more, you'll find it on YouTube. The name is Tony on One. On One Radio is on Facebook. You'll find it there. And it's available on most of your favorite podcast apps and sites and devices and all that good old shit.